Good afternoon, one and all. Sir, through you, I would like to put forward certain important points before our learned minister, which I propose to get incorporated or accommodated or considered for better implementation of this bill. Sir, as we all know by now that WADA, that is World Anti-Doping Agency, was formed in 1990 under the International Olympic Committee. Then WADA considered that there should be a doping agency in each and every country. Accordingly, NADA was formed in November 2009. As a society, it was registered under Society Registration Act. Then it was felt that as there was no legislation, certain decisions taken by this agency could have been taken to court by the other parties. So there was a need of legislation. Accordingly, it was proposed by the State Standing Committee in 2020. And thereafter, it has been converted to a statutory body like NADA. Sir, certain drawbacks of this act is, number one, there is a provision of Director General of NADA, whose qualifications are not yet mentioned in the bill. Secondly, it has been mentioned categorically that Government of India may remove this Director General at any point of time from the office on such ground, within bracket. What are the grounds that have not been mentioned in the bill, sir? Thirdly, it has been mentioned that the term for this DG would be 3 years, but it might be extended subject to the decision taken by Government of India. So there is a clear-cut question that Director General will be bound to work under the directives of Government of India. He will be unable to work independently. Secondly, there is a provision of National Board, and in the National Board there is a provision of disciplinary panel. Like if there is a case of any doping, this disciplinary panel can take the decision so far the punishment is concerned. And the appeal panel, if that particular athlete feels that it has been done as an injustice to him, he can go to that appeal panel. Unfortunately, it has been mentioned that board can remove the members of these panels at any point of time, and even they cannot be given any chance of being heard of. Here lies the question once again so far the independence of this authority is concerned. Sir, qualification of members. WADA, that is World Agency, has categorically mentioned there should be specific guidelines so far the qualifications are concerned, which are missing in this existing bill, sir. Sir, clause 11.2 and clause 11.5 of this bill, it is mentioned that disciplinary panel will consist of 1 chairperson and 4 vice chairpersons. And it has been mentioned that in absence of the chairperson, 1 vice chairperson will take the lead role. But who is this 1 vice chairperson out of the 4? It is not mentioned clearly, sir. Sir, there are certain standing committee recommendations. Number 1, selection and appointment mechanism process should be clear and transparent. There should be clear-cut discrimination between major and minor athletes and physically challenged athletes. Specific SOP is needed regarding the therapeutic use exemption. There is clear-cut confusion if an athlete doesn't know whether he can take a simple paracetamol or he cannot. So there should be adequate awareness as well. Penalties of athletes should be proportionate to the amount of the crime done by that athlete. That it should be proportionate one, sir. After the period of his punishment is over, he should be once again entitled and allowed for each and every competition so for the medals and others are concerned, because we know that duration of one athlete is very short, sir. Thirdly, dope testing laboratory. It was very unfortunate to note that the only laboratory in India was banned for nearly 1 year. There are 29 accredited labs in the world. Asia is having 6. Our suggestion, each state should have 1 laboratory, sir. And I sincerely endorse the statement made by my Congress colleague that we should give our best possible effort to have 1 unit instead of Switzerland, 1 unit in our in our country, or if not possible, at least in Asia, sir. Sir, there is another confusion regarding athlete support personnel. Who are the persons to be considered as athlete personals, support personals? It needs to be mentioned clearly in the bill. And last but not the least, my humble submission before my learned minister will be, we should look into it so that these bodies and these organizations can act neutrally and independently not directly being governed by the government of India. We have enough discussion regarding Khelo India. I believe someday there will be enough discussion on Becho India, and thereafter in the country there will be Khela Hobe. We are waiting for that. And I strongly contradict the statement made by my BJP colleague. He said that MCI was corrupt, and for the same NMC was formed. I can cite you several examples where NMC is being accused for so many irregularities. So I strongly contradict him, sir. And last but not the least, I believe our minister will take necessary steps so that this organization can work independently, unlike the Delhi police who restrained the Bengal CID
speak on the
from
subject.
investigating and
Speak on the
arresting
subject
person
that will only
in
go
North
to the
Delhi,
court.
sir.
Please.